Er ist nicht in der Bunkeranlage.
Was soll das heißen? Sie können Fegelein nicht finden. Dann suchen Sie ihn! Ich will Fegelein sehen! Sofort! Wenn er sich ohne Befehl entfernt hat, ist das Fahnenflucht! Verrat! Bringen Sie mir Fegelein! 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 Fegelein!
How's it going, everyone? AFC Finners? It's good to be back, good to be back. We had a great summer, haven't we? Done a couple of pre-season friendlies, but now the EFL has returned. I watched the first game of its season last night in the pub, Luton versus Wimbledon. Hopefully today is a bit better, but we've come a long way east to Cambridge. Never been to a game here before. Been here once or twice when I was younger. My granddad went to university here, so slight family connection. We come here on a long coach journey, tried to watch the Lions, and then it got postponed because of the rain, just my luck. Here's Tamaldo. Oi, oi.
What?
Get over here.
Hello.
So, you enjoyed your brat's summer?
Yeah.
What you got up to?
Nothing.
I've been to Porto, saw Oasis 1 week today, but now football is back and I'm very excited. They've got a good setup here. They've got Connect 4, the shooting target. It's going to be a fun day. So, Season 5 begins. Club shop just got a pin badge. Oh, only the other day I went to Chippy and there was no cycle lane. Written in blood, definitely written in blood. One nutcase has cycled through this shop. Think about that. We're in the supporters bar, very nice, but they got a little museum. I like it. £2 entry, but well worth it. Look at all this memorabilia. Very nice. Dave Kitson.
Dave Kitson?
He used to play for him, did he? There's my lunch. Not sure if I've had jacket potato at a game before, but it looks nice. The season is close. It's very nice, old-fashioned looking stand. I love that.
Where did the away fans go?
Well, that's not something I expect to see outside a football ground. Look, cows. What's the story, Moon in Glory? So, we're about to go inside, but before we do, let's find out who is about today's hosts, Cambridge United.
Cambridge United were founded in 1912, initially as Abbey United. They turned professional in 1949 and changed their name to Cambridge United 2 years later. They were promoted to Southern League system in 1958 and 3 years later they would reach the Premier Division. 2 consecutive Southern League titles saw them elected to the Football League in 1970 and they reached the Second Division 8 years later. However, they experienced consecutive relegations and nearly fell out of the Football League in the 1980s. They won the 4th Division playoffs in 1992 and won the 3rd Division the next year, thanks largely in part to young striker Dion Dublin. They achieved their best ever league finish in 1992 with a 5th place finish in the 2nd Division, but they lost in the semi-finals of the playoffs. This was their peak with them being demoted, although they were promoted back to 2nd tier in 1999, they experienced a great deal of financial issues. 2002 saw them lose the final of the LDV Vans Trophy and they were relegated to the 3rd tier. In 2005, still heavily in debt, they were relegated from the Football League, ending a stay of 35 years. They had to file for administration, but was saved at the 11th hour by making a deal with HMRC thanks to help of Sports Minister Richard Cabourn. In 2008, they lost the Conference Bar final to Exeter and missed out on promotion again the next season, losing to Torquay in the final. However, in 2014, they were 3rd time lucky, defeating Gateshead in the final. This was not their only silverware that year, as they also won their first FA Trophy title, defeating Gosport United 4-0. Back in the Football League, they would also take Manchester United to a replay in the FA Cup. They achieved promotion to League 2 in 2021 with a 3-0 win over Grimsby. They were relegated last season, but with the return of Neil Harris in charge, they're hopeful of a positive campaign. Overall, they have won 1 3rd Division title, 1 4th Division title, 2 Southern Leagues, 2 Southern League Cups and 1 FA Trophy. And a bit of trivia, Hervé Renard, the Frenchman who has guided both Zambia and Côte d'Ivoire to AFCON titles and is currently manager of Saudi Arabia, had a brief spell in charge of the club in 2004. So those are our hosts, Cambridge United. Let's have a look inside their home, the Abbey Stadium.
Another nice fan zone. They've got a bar named after former Football League show host Steve Claridge. Well, this beats Bromley, I'll give them that much. They've rustled him up a burger.
Stay there. £6.50. £6.50 for that.
£6.50? Goodness me. Yeah, it's fresh from the fresh from the plastic packaging.
Fresh frozen. Jesus Christ. They get worse every time.
Here we go then, in our terrace in Burton-on-Trent, apparently. That's alright, nice little fashion. Hey, how's your burger? Oh, we need to give him a cuddle.
Horrendous, mate.
Oh, man. Is it cold?
I might finish chewing by half time. Jesus Christ.
Is it? Hey, Tom, you remember that one at Old Trafford?
Oh my God.
Is it better or worse?
Not much better. Oh God.
Having it.
£1.50 for that. I'm going to favour it.
Cheltenham Town and Cambridge United.
Midway through first half, a fairly eventless game so far. Cheltenham showing a little bit of promise, aren't they? No, he's not happy. He's still not over that burger. Still 0-0. Anything can happen. A week after seeing Oasis, I can hear them again. Well, Tom's not feeling supersonic right now. It's been a fairly poor game. I think it's been promised from Cheltenham. If we got on a counter-attack, just had nobody in the middle. But I hope we can see it through in the second half. What do you think? Do I get another burger?
No!
I need to be myself.
Goal scorer for Cambridge United, number 9, Louis Abbey.
Well, the first goal we've seen in the league season, and it's gone to the home side. Together, let's go wild. Cheltenham being overrun in midfield, and ball came into a box. Defenders didn't react in time, and their centre forward is hit in on a rebound. 1-0 to the U's. Advance. So cigarettes and alcohol at Wembley.
Thank you so much for all your support this afternoon. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks' time on the 16th of August when United-Abbey will be the visitors. In the meantime, safe journey home.
Time. It was a limp performance at Cheltenham in the end. I think Cambridge deserved the win. Once the goal was scored, all of Cheltenham's confidence went and just couldn't produce anything. The ref blew early, it seems. The clock's still 95 despite 6 minutes being added on. But yeah, Cambridge deserved the win overall. It's going to be a long season for Cheltenham from the look of it. Full time 1-0. Well, it's nice to be back for season 5. Been a fun journey, hasn't it, Tom?
Don't film me.
It's alright. We got my Sky Pass. We'll get Rangers, Motherwell on the journey home. But been a fun day nonetheless.
No, it hasn't.
It has. Tom's just bitter about that burger. Anyway, it's good to be back. Thank you all for watching. Time to rate the experience.
So we will start off with the welcome, and for a lot of it, it was very positive. You know, you had those interactive games outside the ground, the Connect 4, the interactive shooting at the goals, and it's obviously a very strong part of the community. Really good turnout, and that was a fantastic club bar. The way they presented their history is absolutely fantastic. How you had that little, I guess you'd call it like a mini museum in the corner, if you like. We're able to learn so much about the club through that, and I thought it was fantastic. So really well set up club bar. A lot of the staff were friendly. I could hear people chatting to Cheltenham fans. It's always nice to see the opposition fans engage with each other. So I think overall it's very clear they're a strong community club, which is really nice to see. But I think there were a few blips. There was one point, you know, we like to do a customary circuit of the ground, but we walked through a little bit that lots of people walking through. We heard the steward shout, "What's the point?" very loudly, and like, I wasn't sure at first if he was saying it to his fellow stewards or to us, but it seems like in hindsight he was saying it to us. And then suddenly came over to us and was like, "What's going on? Have you got a ticket?" And it was like, turns out it wasn't a bit that you could walk through, which in itself it's fine, but it's one of those typical jobs as stewards where they're just leaping to, you know, sort of tell you off and just tell you, "Oh, you can't do this, that and the other." And it really could have just been a polite tap on the shoulder, like, "Oh, sorry mate, are you away fans? Sorry guys, you guys can't come in here." Like, it didn't have to be that complicated. So that kind of put a bit of a dampener on it, and some of the staff in the club bar were just a bit like, I was sat there for ages waiting to get served, and there were some people who just sat there not doing anything, and it was a bit like, you can serve me, you know, you don't have to, but it was just a bit half-assed. But like the food bit in the club bar was really good. Like, most people who served there. So overall, I think people were positive. There were just a few negative people that brought it down a peg or two. But I think there was a decent effort put into the welcome, and the stadium announcers, you know, made sure to pay credit to the people that travelled. So there's a lot of positives in the welcome, just sadly brought down a couple of points by the negative people. So I'll probably give the welcome a 7 out of 10. Food and drink, it started off well. That was a nice jacket potato. Had lots of options of like booze in the club bar. Dr. Pepper was always welcome. Basically, when we got in, I thought it was really good that they had lots of different options. They had a bar, they had the hot food van, they had the little tuck shop. So it was well thought out and treating away fans with a lot more respect than someone like Bromley, who just had a tiny thing in the corner. Plenty of variety. But obviously, as you can saw, Tom's burger was absolutely foul, as he described. It was cold. He said, like, it was so raw that if you got a defibrillator, the cow would come back to life. Just bad bread and everything. So it seems like, I didn't try the burger myself, but it did seem like it wasn't very good. And it was a shame, because I wanted to get a veggie pie. I always like getting pies at matches, but they were all like, we normally have veggie pies. It was like, yeah, but you don't have them. I'm trying to get one and look at the state of me. Maybe a bit more preparation could have avoided that. So food and drink started off well, but it seems a lot of the quality and organisation behind it is a bit flawed, and I think you can definitely do a much better quality burger than just a terrible rustless one like Tom had. So I'll give the food and drink 5 out of 10. Atmosphere, it's definitely decent points. That stand to left us where all the Cambridge Ultras were did make some good noise, and there was one point, as you saw in the video, where they were bouncing up and down a lot. I thought that was great. I love it when you see the fans bounce in unison. Certainly quiet in patches, but I think overall they did get behind the team. There was like strong positive vibe in the stadium, so not the loudest, but they definitely knew how to get behind the club. Not too much to say. I'll give the atmosphere 6 out of 10. Stadium, I thought it'd be a lot better, to be honest. I liked some of the sort of retro feel of it. Did feel like it really hasn't been taken care of. Like, the club bar was great, but so many bits of it, you just saw like a bit of rust or a bit of paint flaking off, and it was just, you know, the season's only just begun. This is the first game. Is it like really that difficult to get someone to just go around with a can of paint and top up some of these things? But, you know, a lot of the stands looks like from the 1960s, which in some way can be a positive, but I felt there was like a general lack of maintenance. Like, the stand we were in was dirty, and it didn't look like there was much care taken of it, and it kind of looked the same for a lot of the other stands. Like, the ones on our right looked okay, but the one opposite, the seats paint was faded. The left looked like an old-fashioned terrace. So it doesn't feel like there's much effort to like improve the stadium, which funnily enough is a bit like Cheltenham's, but it just seems like they're happy to just sit on the stadium they have, which I think they could do a lot better. It's a bit clumsy and disorganised. You've got 4 completely different stands. To the left of us, there was a tunnel which isn't in use. The pitch was really weird. There was like, it was moved way too much to the left, so there's a massive gap between the pitch and the stand to right, where there's like as if it was a rugby touchline. Like, you could have moved it a bit to right. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a messy stadium, and I think there could be a lot better care taken of it. The stadium's in a very good spot, and there are like good things about it. Like I said, the areas where you can get food and stuff. But to walk around, you have to like go through parks, and we obviously went. Like, you sort of buy one bit of the stadium, then you have to go through a public park that has cows in it, and it was a very long walk to get there. We tried to do a circuit at the ground and got told off by a Jobsworth steward. So it's a bit of a mishmash, disorganised, and I think needs a lot of work. So honestly, one of the lowest stadiums I've seen in the EFL. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. And finally, value for money. Didn't think too much on this either, to be honest. 21 quid is okay. Like, I've paid more for that at this level, but like, you also agree with the 20's plenty thing. I think everything I've just said about the stadium, it's very poor quality, and I just don't feel it's being reinvested. Like, you would think if you're charging 20 quid a ticket, some care would be taken of the stadium, but it just feels like it's only the bar where any such money is being invested. Tom spent £6.50 on that burger that was absolutely terrible. I spent about 4 quid on the jacket potato. That was okay, to be fair. It's not as extortionate as other clubs, but I felt they were okay prices, but I think for the value you get for what you spend isn't very good. So I think if you're going to charge the prices you do, at least reinvest it into better quality. I think they're maybe taking the mickey a little bit. Not extortionate, but still overpriced. so I'll probably give the value for money a 3 out of 10. It's nice to be back. Thank you to Maldo for organising this, and thank you to Robin's Travel Club for organising the long journey. Nice to return, had a bit of a break. Obviously, watch a Women's Euros and absolutely loved that, along with the Lions tour. So it's been a fun summer. I've really enjoyed myself. 2,000 Trees, Oasis, Porto. It's been a great laugh, but now it's time to get back on with the new season. 2024-25 was one of my all-time favourites. Let's hope we can have another good campaign this time round. Plenty more grounds to come this season. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. If you'd like to support days out like this, you can check out the link to Patreon down below and support the channel for as little as £1 a month. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. AFC Finners out.